What are your thoughts on public safety and policing? Green Bay Police want to hear your opinions through a new community survey.
All thanks to help from a national nonprofit. Your answers could lead to changing the department's mission statement or even core values. Emily Byers shares more on why police want your voice heard.
This organization is ready for this conversation where a lot of agencies, in American policing today aren't. And so this is our opportunity to kind of take it to the next level.
The Green Bay Police Department has teamed up with the national nonprofit Police Dept to offer a voluntary and anonymous survey. The nonprofit was formed to reimagine policing on a national scale, seeing police officers as peace officers.
And we have one for the members of the department, and it is looking for people's expectations of who we are, what we're here to do, what values they'd like to see reflected in the police department, and then we compare that with what we see from inside the organization and see how well aligned we are with the community's expectations.
And now the goal is for the Green Bay Police Department to reflect the community of Green Bay.
The whole goal here is to start with a shared understanding between the police department and the community about what it is that we're here to do.
The survey is open to anyone with a connection to Green Bay. The deadline to complete is next Monday. The survey has 32 questions chosen by the Green Bay Police Department from Police Dept. Once the results are in, the department will take part in additional training by Police Dept, and the survey findings could lead to more change.
Eventually, the goal is to revise the mission statement for the organization and our values and our vision, because that's been a while since we've gone through that process.
Training is expected to take place around May, with a change of the mission statement or core values, if decided by the community, to take place by early summer. In Green Bay, Emily Byers, Action 2 News.